6 months ago, everyone was screaming that spec-driven development was the holy grail of coding. I compared 5 frameworks and the GitHub stars went absolutely parabolic. Well, the 6th-month check-in is here, and folks, it is a total bloodbath. The tools that tried to turn your terminal into an AI-powered corporate board meeting are officially stalling out. Meanwhile, a hyper-lean, zero-ceremony approach is quietly eating the survivors alive. I spent 48 hours staring at raw data and API logs, and what I found is both hilarious and slightly depressing. Let's talk about the high-ceremony frameworks. BMAD has a cult-like following of devs who apparently love suffering. I tried to use it to build a simple weekend project. It took 7 hours. 7 hours of watching an AI product manager, an AI architect, and an AI QA engineer argue with each other in my terminal. I literally watched robots have a corporate panic attack and stall the build because they couldn't agree on database naming conventions. We tried to build AI to replace middle management, and instead we accidentally invented a digital union that goes on strike if you don't write a perfect specification. If a framework takes 7 hours to plan a 10-minute coding task, you haven't optimized your workflow, you've just built a virtual DMV. Then we have the corporate giant, Spec Kit. It boasts 87,000 stars, but the actual developer experience is a nightmare. It routinely generates over 8 dense markdown files per specification. It is so bloated that software legend Martin Fowler publicly stated he would rather raw dog legacy code than read through this mountain of markdown spaghetti. Think about that. The creator of the framework saw the critique, realized the gig was up, and immediately fled Microsoft to go work at Anthropic. When the lead architect abandons his own framework to work for the foundation model, that is not a transition, that is a tactical retreat. But if you want real drama, look at the casualties. Taskmaster tried to cash in on the hype, locked down their open source license, and quietly snuck opt-out telemetry into the build. The community found the tracking code, labeled it spyware, and flatlined their growth to a pathetic 18%. Meanwhile, Agent OS committed absolute structural seppuku. In their version 3 release, they literally deleted half of their own code. Their official changelog basically said, hey, Claude Code's native planner is way smarter than us, so we're just going to stop trying. When a framework voluntarily castrates its own feature set out of sheer intimidation, the war is over. Host, rapid, analytical. So who is actually winning? The zero-ceremony translators, the tools that realize they aren't the developers, they're just the prompt preppers. The survivors don't write 8 pages of useless markdown, they generate a hyperdense, single-file spec core that contains exactly what frontier models need and absolutely zero corporate fluff. They don't try to orchestrate the AI, they just hand the model a flawless blueprint, step back, and let native tools like Claude Code build the house in seconds. Speaker 2, suspenseful. But the funniest part of this entire shift, spec-driven development is entering the mainstream. Academics are publishing papers on it, and it just got a dedicated Wikipedia page. Grave, slow. Tech leads are genuinely debating whether we're accidentally bringing back 1990s-style waterfall development. We spent 20 years inventing Agile just for robots to force us back into writing massive PRDs before we're allowed to write a single line of code. Host, friendly, fast. My advice? Keep your specs thin, keep your tools fast, and don't let a bloated framework hold your code hostage. Hit subscribe so you don't miss my hands-on testing next week. I'll see you in the next one.